Hello everyone. Today I have an incredible story for you, not just for listening, but to truly inspire you. It's a simple truth. Nothing is free. This story will show you how hard work and determination can change everything. I once knew a young man, only 20 years old, living in a quiet mountainous town. He carried a big dream: to own a chain of restaurants and become a successful entrepreneur. But life was not easy. My family was struggling financially. My father was a mechanic, and my mother cleaned houses just to make ends meet. My little sister looked up to me as her hero, and that weight made me determined. One cold evening, I sat alone, staring at the stars. I whispered to myself, I want to give my family a better life, but how do I even start when we barely have enough to survive? The next day, I shared my dream with my father. He sighed and said, "Son, dreams are not free. If you want something, you have to fight for it. Start with what you have, even if it's small." His words struck me. I noticed that people in our town loved fresh bread, but had to travel miles to the nearest bakery. An idea hit me. I would start selling fresh bread locally. The problem? I had no money to buy the bread up front. I decided to take a chance and approached the local baker, a grumpy old man who rarely trusted anyone. "Sir, I want to sell your bread in my town, but I don't have the money to buy it up front," I said with confidence. "Can you trust me for 1 week? I will sell the bread, return your money, and keep a small profit." The old man raised an eyebrow. "And why should I trust you, young man?" I replied firmly, "Because I am determined, and I will work hard to prove myself." After a long pause, he agreed. "All right, I'll give you bread for 1 week. If you fail to pay me back, don't bother coming here again." I was thrilled. Early the next morning, I carried the fresh bread back to my town and set up a small stand near the park. I greeted every passerby with energy and a smile, shouting, "Fresh bread, warm and delicious." At first, people were hesitant, but I offered free samples, and soon I had my first customer. By the end of the day, I had sold all the bread and made a small profit. That evening, I paid the baker back. He simply nodded and said, "You kept your word. Come back tomorrow." From then on, I worked tirelessly. I woke up at 4 a.m., walked to the bakery, and sold the bread with passion. After 2 months, I had saved enough money to buy a small cart, making it easier to transport more bread. One day, a customer suggested, "Why don't you bake your own bread? You're good at selling, but if you bake, you'll make more profit." This excited me, but it also scared me. I had never baked anything in my life. This was the moment I truly understood. Nothing is free. Not success, not knowledge, not growth. If I wanted to succeed, I had to take risks and learn. I returned to the baker and asked him to teach me. He frowned, saying, "Why should I teach you? If you bake, you won't buy from me anymore. That's bad for my business." I looked at him and said, "You're right, but I won't forget the man who gave me my first chance. If I succeed, I'll make sure to help your bakery too." After a moment, he smiled. "Fine, but baking isn't easy. It takes time, patience, and hard work. If you're ready for that, I'll teach you." The lessons began early, before sunrise. I struggled. My hands hurt from kneading, and my bread often came out too hard or too soft. One day, after ruining another batch, I sat down feeling defeated. I said to myself, maybe I'm not good enough for this. Maybe I should give up. But then I remembered those words. Dreams are not free. I realized that every mistake was teaching me something new. Giving up was not an option. I practiced every single step carefully, and slowly my bread started improving. After 2 weeks, the baker handed me a loaf and said, "This is perfect. You're ready." I was overjoyed. I rented a small oven and began baking at home. My family was amazed by my hard work. My little sister helped me pack the bread, and my mother made tea for me while I worked late into the night. Soon I was making cookies and pastries, and people loved my products. My little bakery quickly became the heart of the town. My business was growing, and my family was proud of me. But life wasn't done testing me. One stormy night, as I was closing my shop, I noticed smoke coming from the bakery. I rushed inside and saw that a small fire had started near the oven. I quickly managed to stop the flames, but much of my equipment was damaged. The next morning, when the townspeople heard about the fire, they came to check on me. Some whispered, "What will he do now? Maybe this is the end for him." I felt heartbroken, but not defeated. I took a deep breath and began making a plan. For a moment, fear crept in, but I remembered my journey, how I started with nothing but a dream and hard work. I told my customers, "I won't let you down. I'll keep serving you, even if it's just a small amount for now." The townspeople admired my courage. Many of them started helping. Some donated ingredients, others gave small amounts of money, and a few offered their time to help clean and repair the bakery. I realized something important. When you work hard and never give up, people notice. They want to help someone who helps themselves. After months of rebuilding, I reopened my bakery. It was better than ever. The mayor himself came and said, "You are a true inspiration. You've shown us all that with determination, anything is possible." I stood in front of the crowd and said, "You've taught me that nothing in life is free, not success, not respect, not love. Everything must be earned with hard work, patience, and persistence. Never let failure stop you. Every challenge is just a step to something greater." From that day, my bakery became a symbol of hope. People from other towns started visiting just to meet the young man who never gave up. And so can you. Whatever your dream is, don't stop chasing it. Remember, nothing is free, but everything is possible.